So we got the latest and greatest from Oppo. This is the Find X5 Pro. And I have both colors in front of me. Ooh, look at that. Woo! These are ceramic premium smartphones. One of the coolest things I'm looking forward to checking out is having a flagship sensor on 2 cameras, not just the wide, but also the ultra wide. The spec sheet here also very premium. 12 gigs RAM, 256 storage, top tier Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, 120 Hertz OLED displays, fast charging at 80 watts, 50 watts wireless, a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in here as well. I think this is the white model. We have a case. It's got this like opaque look to it. It's a matte look. A SIM tool here. And then here is the device. You can see right away the fingerprint location in display in this location here. Ooh, look at that. Ceramic is not just good looking, it's also a lot harder than glass. Ceramic on the back takes a lot longer to process and manufacture. And then on the front, it has Gorilla Glass Victus. So it should be a pretty durable phone. It's also got IP68 rating for dust and water. But look at this cool camera design with this smooth ramp up to your camera units. These are both 50 megapixel Sony units, latest camera units for both the wide camera and the ultra wide camera. That's gonna do 2 things for you. Obviously, it's gonna bring more quality to your ultra wide, which sometimes is overlooked by manufacturers. The other thing it's gonna do is bring uniformity as you switch between those 2 cameras. Since you're using the same sensor, those pictures are going to look a little bit more cohesive regardless of which camera you select. You also have a zoom camera over there as well. This feels insanely smooth. And even though it's glossy ceramic, because it's white, you're not seeing any fingerprints. It's going to keep looking good as well. USB Type-C port, as mentioned, it's going to be capable of 80 watt fast charge. It should be able to give you like 50% of your battery life in around 12 minutes, according to Oppo. SIM tray in this location here. Volume up and down, separate buttons, antenna frame and band all the way around the outside here. A polished stainless steel look. Power switch here with a tiny little green accent inside of the power button. We have the asymmetrical front-facing camera in the top left corner. Snaps on like this. For me, the thing is like, it's too nice of a feel. I'm gonna use it just like that. There it is. So 80 watt max super VOOC charger, USB termination, your USB-C to USB-A cable inside the package. You're gonna have a little rubber gasket on there to aid in protection, also dual SIM setup. Hasselblad participating in the color tuning of the camera setup to be more natural, possibly more pleasing depending on the individual. And then over here, we have the black model. Of course, this also has wireless charging, and you can see the diagram indicating that here. Woo! This is a lot different. This is almost like a mirror finish. That is really eye-catching. I feel like this one is gonna have fingerprints, no? No? I feel like it absolutely should. Somehow, there is a degree of fingerprint resistance. Were you able to get fingerprints on it?
Well.
Oh, okay. You can get fingerprints on it. Mo just proved it. I might have winter hands going on. So that is a wild look. It's this dark black mirror chrome looking finish, which is especially nice around this region because you can see the way the reflections showcase this ramp. It just looks a little bit more futuristic. Okay, go ahead and let me know down in the comments right now, which of these 2 would you choose? Would you go for ceramic white or would you go for glaze black? Which would be your preference? By the way, check out the injury. This is the type of work I put in for this job. A maximum refresh of 120 Hertz for smoother animations and operations. You can also set it and lock it at 60 if you're more inclined towards battery life. 2412 by 1080, so that's FHD+, but of course the display is capable of QHD+, 3216 by 1440. Battery versus seeing all the pixels that you have. I mean, they give you a warning, higher power consumption. Yeah, I know, that's okay. Master Chief over here. This thing is more robust. Oh, this is a speaker.
Is it?
Yeah, look, NFC, there's play pause on it. I never realized, that's a Bluetooth speaker, man. That's why it's heavy. Master Chief hiding behind a plant, ultra wide. Master Chief hiding behind a plant 1X. Now, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I can't recall 50 megapixel ultra wide camera that I featured. It's possible, but in this case, you have latest Sony IMX, and it's the equivalent sensor on both cameras. So you can see, you can pick up a different focal range. We can crop in for quality, but you can expect the exact same amount of detail and quality on your ultra wide, where you're used to mostly getting it just on your wide camera. But you still have a little bit of zoom as well, if you want. And we'll zoom in on some of the greats on Master Chief's grill here, because it is a speaker, as we just discovered. On the zoom lens, check it out. Now, of course, those are not in the 50 megapixel mode. In order to enable that mode, you click this button up here. That's if you really need way more pixels than you're gonna use on social media. Then you can use the full resolution mode, because you're gonna have huge files if you enable that. Ooh, I snapped too. All right, selfie success. We can go a step further than beard hair test here, because I'm seeing particle test on the hoodie. It didn't overdo it with the saturation, which I like. Ooh, the stabilization in 1080p is nuts. It's that gimbal situation again. Okay, so here is a sample of the 1X video, the wide camera. It's in 1080p right now, which seems to give the smoothest pan. It has a built-in gimbal, so this is kind of ridiculous, these moves that we're capable of. It just takes your abrupt movements and attempts to smooth them out, make them more cinematic. I see your Tim Hortons, Mo. Now we're on the ultra-wide camera. This has a macro mode as well, so let's see if we can focus on something very close. I'll just pull this up towards camera. Yeah, I mean, it can focus. How many centimeters away from the camera lens would you say that is? 3. 3 centimeters? When you go to 4K, so this is a 4K sample. It's still pretty smooth though. Mo. Yo. Yeah, just say something to the people.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
No, like something nice.
Like a thing?
Like something.
Go watch Lou later.
Well, something nice to the people. You know?
Nice?
Well, I mean, you're a nice guy, so. Just something positive to the people, you know.
Buy crypto.
This is not financial advice, Mo.
Absolutely, it's financial advice.
Oh my God. All right, so we're now in a low light environment. I mean, you can probably tell if you're looking at this. But check out the results from this smartphone. As I pan over to Mo, he looks almost the same. I mean, he doesn't look anywhere near the same to me. In this lighting that you're looking at, we did not adjust the camera. We just cut the lights. And this device is capable of taking very little amount of light and still giving you useful video. Now, the other thing is you can do night mode for photographs. In this case, we can probably go even darker. This is pure black. So here we go, 1X. Night mode is still magic. Night mode is still fantastic. And this device doesn't disappoint. Big sensor, sensitive sensor. That's the key. This gives you a good idea of how much screen you're getting, screen to body ratio. You can also tell how this thing sort of curves over the edge, the waterfall effect going on here. This sounds loud. Yeah, it sounds good.
Not necessarily, I mean, it is the biggest platforms, but then it's also, and then you don't see him on CNN, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure CNN would have him.
If I cover up the bottom, I'm still getting sound out of the earpiece area. So that's always a better situation, so you can't completely block it with your hand. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a premium device. It definitely has the feel of being premium, the sound of being premium. The display is bright. It's got the specs that you're looking for. 120 hertz OLED. You're charging at 80 watts. You have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. You've got the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, 12 gigs of RAM. You have ceramic components, IP68 rating, night shot performance. This is the Oppo Find X5 Pro. Which one would you take? Is it gonna be the ceramic white or is it gonna be the glaze black? Let me know in the comments down below.